Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's good to see you. My microphone should be working. My microphone should be working. Good, wonderful. Careful when putting on headphones. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Welcome, thank you for coming. Hello Wendy, hello Willie, good to see you. We'll take an hour and a bit to talk about all things music, all things accordion. If you've been here before, it's lovely to see you. It's still hot in Scotland. It's still, I guess, the heat wave. This is a new normal. I hope you're staying cool. If it's your first time here, welcome. It's good to see you too. We do this every week. We try and do this every week. There's no preparation in that I have some things that I've been thinking about, but all of the music that I'm going to be playing is going to be first try. Obviously, some of the songs I've played before, but if you request a song, I really try and show you the process of figuring it out by ear, of developing a song. Hello, Egarmo. Hello, Ronald. Good to see you. Wonderful. Good to see everyone. Yeah, I have some ideas about some things I'd like to do today. I had a reminder. You know what? Let me cancel my timer. It says Interstellar Loop. I got to see the movie Interstellar again in IMAX. When it first came out, my kids were really young, and so we couldn't go see it. We just saw it at home. But what a beautiful movie, and the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to build this on a loop. So I wrote it down. Good. I'd love to do that today. If you haven't seen Interstellar, go see it. I brought out my big accordion because I haven't played it in a while. Let's start, we'll start with a song. It's a nice accordion. Let's start off with Shostakovich's Second Waltz. I'm going to put headphones in, and we'll use, instead of this microphone, which is the overhead microphone, we'll use these two microphones, which are a little bit more pointed, and so they'll pick up the right and left sides of the accordion. If I mute this microphone, we'll get this into the right spot. This accordion sounds really nice. Your question, Egramo, have you been restricting your right hand to chord notes in that beautiful version? Hi, Ima. Hello, my mom. I'm playing the melody. They contain the notes from the chord, meaning the song's in C minor. Right, but I'm adding more notes than just the chord. If I'm just playing the chord, G7. There's some notes missing. I'm using the additional notes to harmonize from the chord. So when I'm playing C minor, I'm supporting the melody with notes from the chord. Good question, but let me know if I'm answering. Hello, Rika. Happy Sunday afternoon. Happy Sunday evening. It's a nice song. Just to go with your second waltz. Yesterday I got to play with a friend. I got to play with a friend who plays guitar, and I told him, and we both just really want to play more music with each other. He's a busy person, just like all of us. He's a father and a partner and a doctor, and he does a great thing, which is, we just had a busy day. We met up on our way home, and he goes, "What are you doing tonight?" And I was with Kate and the boys, and he was with his family. And I go, we haven't been home since the morning. We got to go home. The boys have to eat. And he goes, "Come over. Let's make music." And we were able to, and it was so lovely to play with a guitar player. I didn't have my accordion, so I played piano, but we did Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen and Tom Waits and Joni Mitchell and all these beautiful poets that happen to make music. Hello, Jeannie and John. Good to see you. So I wrote down Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen. Let me know if you have a Bob Dylan or Leonard Cohen song. I'm going to play The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, which is a beautiful Bob Dylan song. Seems appropriate. It's the same stories have always been happening, and let's pull up the lyrics, just because it's very lyric heavy. The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. And let me show you what happens. So we pull up The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. If we were to sing it, we would pull up the lyrics. Lots of lyrics. I've memorized most of them. If we're musicians, we pull up the chords. Let me go to a site like Ultimate Guitar, or I have this song covered on Accordion Love, and we look at the chords and we see, there are 4 or 5 chords in this song, just like all other songs. C, A minor, E minor. You know these chords. C, A minor, E minor, or C, A minor, E minor. That seems to be a thing. I should know how to play C, A minor, and E minor. Maybe we'll use the auto harp. And then there's F, G, C, A minor. F, G, C, A. Good. I'm going to do something, which is, let's try and cover the song. I brought in my new auto harp. This is my new instrument. Let's try and play it. Now, is there a loop? We'll figure it out. Hi, Didi. Good morning. Boker tov. Let's see what it's like. I invested in finger picks, just so this is with out finger picks. Lovely. This is with fingertip. There are other picks that I could put on other fingers, so I could do a kind of pinching motion, or this is a metal pick, has a metallic quality to it. This is a plastic pick, also has a different kind of sound. You buy a pack of 10 for $3. Let me answer the question first, and then we'll do the Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll, because I think this will take a bit longer. Wombo Combo, good morning. I'm having trouble with reading my accordion bass clef sheet music. Any tips on jumping to and from notes? Yes. A few ideas. One thing about bass clef, I'll show you an answer. Under Accordion Love, there are some free resources. Under Songs and Lessons, before you begin playing, I have a video about, we can use the search, but how to read my sheet music. I notate things called lead sheets. And here, Ross said, why no bass clef notes? That was his question, and so I answered Ross. And stop reading bass notes and start playing bass. And how to play rhythm without bass notation. So the idea is, I'll get to your answer, but the idea is, accordion sheet music, just like we get to read. And, you know, it may be written as music notation. Doom, tum, tum, bum, 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 right? Bass. Or if it's a polka or a march, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, and it says 4/4. I would recommend that if I say, hey, Wombo Combo, Shostakovich's Waltz is in C minor. And so in my notation, you get the notes, the melody, but the left hand, I don't write C, E flat G, E flat G, C, E flat G, E flat G. I say this is a C minor waltz. And so, can you, if you have your accordion, play for me a C minor waltz? Or if you have any instrument, if you have your auto harp that I just put down, can you do your C minor waltz? And so we take our C minor, where is it? There it is, C minor, and play for me a waltz. And it should sound like this. We can play it faster. Da, da, da. Next chord is G major. And so your job is to switch between a C minor and a G major. Some accordion books notate this. So it says C, C minor, with the notes. And then G, E, G, E, G, or B, D, B, D, the notes that make up the chord. Sometimes it's required for all the songs on Accordion Love. We don't need this, except for Viva Dry, where I notate the bass, because it's quite involved. There are a lot of split chords. Otherwise, da, 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 da. In the video lessons, I say use an alternate bass technique if you want. Still a C minor alternate bass technique. You could do this all day long. Now, the power here comes in being able to adjust things. Last month, I will get to the answer about bass jumps. Last month, or is it this month, on the Accordion Love forum, if you go to the community forum, under monthly challenges, June 2026, we did a challenge called Change the Rhythm. And all of these awesome people, we can look at you, Cindy. Here's Blue Spanish Eyes using both a Latin rhythm and a waltz. I changed the rhythm after each phrase and slowed down the waltz parts a bit. Now I want to try this on other songs. Because she said okay to share, let's watch Cindy do it. Now Cindy did figure the song out by ear the month before, but let's listen. Waltz. Back to... How cool. So people commented on Cindy's, including me. Wow, love the Cindy. The combination of rhythms was a little overwhelming, right? A lot of combinations. But what a cool demonstration of how the melody adjusts itself ever so slightly when the rhythm and groove changes. Terrific work. Thanks for sharing with us. So the power in not having the notation of C, C minor, is in being able to do Shostakovich's second waltz as a polka. Still, it says C minor, but you can now choose, is it a waltz, a tango, etc. Now, that's me giving the advantage of that kind of notation. Your question, though, in terms of jumping to and from notes, on Accordion Love, there's a section called Making Progressively Larger Bass Jumps. Part of the 15 minutes of practice that I recommend to do, depending on the song. If I'm practicing Shostakovich's second waltz, it's without looking C minor waltz to G major. They're right next to each other. Hello, Ramirez. Back and forth. When you can get that without looking, now you can do a bigger distance. Skip the G, go to a D major or D minor. So C major to D major, C minor to D major. Back and forth. Right? And the entire time my fingers are traversing these. If I make a mistake when I go to the D, that's okay, look down. C minor, D major. Only when I do not make mistakes here, 5 times back and forth, now I can go bigger bass jump. C major to A minor. Skip, skip, A minor. And that's how we become familiar. We look first, take your accordion off a bit, and look. That's what practice looks like. It's very slow and detailed, and we only build up those bass jumps when we have the one from before. It's like doing addition and subtraction before we learn fractions and equations. Same thing with split chords, same thing with all other things. Good. Wonderful. So, I'm a newbie, but bear in mind that thinking in terms of Roman numerals, shifting from C to G means from 1 to 5 in Stradella world, I would... Yeah, I mean, I would omit Roman numerals, include it in your learning if you'd like, but for now, as a new person, just work on the movement of your fingers so it's smooth. Work on hand independence. Work on understanding those chord changes. Don't worry about a 1 to the minor 6 to the minor 2. Okay, but I'd rather you just work on the physicality of getting your hand onto the C major and moving smoothly to a D minor. And doing that as a waltz. And work on that hand independence while talking, while looking around your room, while moving your right hand and scratching your forehead, etc. Good. I'll leave it at that. Good. I'm just reading. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So changing from C minor to the G means a minor 1 to a 5. Correct. To 4 is 1 down, and 3 and 6 may require counter bass. Yeah. 2 is 2 up. 7 is... yes. Good. You're thinking about it correctly. Sorry, wombo combo. You weren't the one asking the question before. Can you discuss what a chord inversion is? Yes, Louis. Louis, do you have... So you don't have to really play the bass perfectly. No. Correct. As written, you just have to understand the rhythm and make it your own. Yeah, and you have to build muscle memory. You'll be able to perform larger jumps. 100%. The idea is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. C major to A minor. C major to A minor. Whether you play it like this, I heard there was a... That's my C major. Heard there was a secret chord please the Lord. That works. You can play it like this. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. Still C to A minor, but then as a waltz. I could also play it like this. I heard there was a secret chord. That's an alternate bass technique, tango or klezmer rhythm. There are just 3 or 4 rhythms we can play on accordion, etc. Check out Accordion Love. Check out other things. Happy to help you along. I'm going to give you my spiel. There's no right way to learn. I highly suggest getting a community like these awesome people around you so that you can do the monthly challenge. So you could do the practice room. I'm pointing at my screen at Accordion Love. Every month, people are showing their progress, being like, this month I'm working on my hand independence, or this month I'm working on my C major to A minor. It's a quick recording, and it goes like this. And we celebrate your wins, or I'm happy to give you feedback. And if you do that 6 times, you get incredible Accordion Love merchandise. Yeah, anyways, good. Hello, William. You asked what a chord inversion is. It's moving the notes of the chord around. I'll give you, just so this doesn't turn into a full lesson on Accordion Love, if you go under Songs and Lessons, it's under here, under Accordion Basics. After building chords, majors and minors, triads, arpeggios, and inversions. Same word for the same thing, right? Triads, arpeggios, and chord voicings, and inversions, etc. And then how do we practice those? Your question was? Yeah, chord inversion is just moving the notes of a chord. Always 3 notes in a chord, usually. C, E, G. This is my root position of a C major. I can move that here. It's still a C major. I've just taken those notes and readjusted them. Still C, E, G, but it's E, C, G. This is an inversion of C major. This is also an inversion of C major. I do this so it's easier to switch chords, like between C and A minor. I don't have to go like this. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. I could just move 1 note. All the other notes are common. Heard there was a secret chord. The other reason we do inversions is it might sound better. Heard there was. I heard there was. I heard there was a secret chord. Versus I heard there was a secret chord, etc. Do inversions create a different sound? Yes. Thinking of Zydeco. Let's play You Are My Sunshine in a Zydeco mood. I'm using this version of D major for whatever reason. I don't like it. I'm going to use a different version. Same notes, except F sharp is at the top. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I'm going to go down. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Okay, I can use the root position. Or, so these are all inversions. Same chord, D major, D major, D major. Obviously different places along my keyboard, different octaves, but just the same notes played differently. When we practice accordion, resources, free resources. How to practice the accordion. We practice our inversions, triads and arpeggios, different word for inversion. We practice these as part of our right hand technique. We practice them together, D major, in all of its different inversions, together and separate, what I call arpeggios. one last demonstration. Once I get going, it's hard to stop. Moonlight Sonata. C sharp minor. Right? Did Beethoven? Who wrote Moonlight Sonata? Beethoven. Did he write it like this? Did he write it like this? Or did he write it like this? Yes, inversions, those are the same notes. These are the inversions, the triads of C sharp minor. He chose this inversion of C sharp minor because it sounded nice to him. Those three notes. Shostakovich, did he write his second waltz like this? Did he write it like this? Or did he write it like this? He chose that inversion, the root position of C minor. I'll stop talking. This is a Paolo Soprani. It's an older Paolo Soprani called a Settimo Soprani. Settimo? Yeah, I believe so. Ronan, please. Answer. I am Anthony. I hope it's a math question. Good. Anyways, that's ideas about inversions. Those are ideas about studying bass clef and bass notes and progressively larger bass jumps. Those are answers around how to practice. From Sal's class. Oh, Anthony, how's it going? Sorry, sometimes I didn't mean to be mean. Good to see you, Anthony. Star soccer player, star chess player. Awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being awake so early on a weekend. Yeah, Anthony is a superstar. He shows up to chess club, which I helped run. He's an awesome soccer player and a really nice person. Keep doing what you're doing. Wonderful. Good. Let's play. We were going to do the auto harp loop for The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. So again, to the question of wombo combo, you had a really good question about how do we read bass clef, etc. So I'll show you how musicians figure out songs. My guitar player yesterday too. This, right? The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. William Zantzinger killed poor Hattie Carroll. C, A minor, E minor. C, A minor, E minor. Where's the notation? Guitar players have something called tablature. We can pull up the tab, and what it will look like. Obviously, guitar players are very specific, just like piano players and accordion players. The C major might be written as 3, 0, 1, like the exact notes. And it might be, might not play guitar in a while. Like a very specific pattern. And so it might be written tum tam, just like I can write down a waltz as pam, 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 pam. Instead, we do William Zantzinger killed poor Hattie Carroll with a, right? And then I can look up. It's just a waltz. It's an pa pa, bass tone. Same thing that we're doing on accordion. I'm certain there's notation for auto harp that tells you exactly what to do. The quick win, though, what I'm going to try and do is to try and do William Zantzinger The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll on the auto harp. Wonderful. Let's do it. I'll use a loop pedal. Hopefully everything works well. Let's see, where are the chords? C, A minor. I don't have an E minor. I need to transpose it to F, D minor, A minor. Williams and Singer killed poor Hattie Carroll. One second. And you philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears. Take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Let's do it. I'm gonna use this. Try not to bang it. Oh, it's coming down. We're not going to use these microphones right now. Okay, we're back to this microphone. Yeah, let's do it. One, two, three. Good. The pain that he twirled around his diamond ring finger at a Baltimore Hotel Society gathering. When the cops were called in and his weapon took from him. Ooh. That was The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. Whew, a heavy song. But again, we can do it any way we want. Did Bob Dylan write it for auto harp and accordion? No. Was it supposed to be a waltz? Sure, maybe. Let me just clear this. Oh, one last idea. The notes that I was playing here F, D minor, A minor. The notes from the... At first I did this. I went up in my inversions to answer Lewis's question from before. Right, Louis? This is my F major. Why did I choose that? I do that twice. And then I chose, I think, to go down, if you listen. And now we change it up. Ba 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 ba. So again, so much we can create with inversions. F major, we could do this. Right? We could do... I could do this. You can go up. We could do Beatles style inversions. This is the same as she will never say where she came from. Same F major that we were using. We did this. You could do, anyways, the power of knowing chords, the power of understanding music, so you don't have to read the bass clef, so you don't have to read the melody, is enormous. This is how you become a terrific musician. This is how you play with others. This is how the song becomes alive. Let's try and do that interstellar music. I think there are just a few chords, right? Doo-dum, doo-dum. What should we do with it? The four chords, F major, G major, A minor. And then I'm using G over B. There's that alternate bass. We're splitting the chord. Let's try and do it. I'll create a loop. Loops get overwhelming quickly, but what are you going to do? And I do want to use my little... I have my glockenspiel. Let's use the little toy piano. We haven't used this in a long time. Boom, bam. Everyone's still there, I'm assuming? My stream is still live. Oh, what's in here? A glue cap. Beautiful. Good, thank you. Yeah, that's the rhythm. That's the rhythm. That's the melody. Can we do check reverb? Ooh, so fancy. Let's see what this is like. That's gonna be the background. It's a bit, the timing's off. Da-da-doo-dum. It's okay. F, G, A minor. If you have an instrument, you could try those things we were doing before. F, G, A minor. that was a take on Interstellar with, yeah, some Jan Tears and toy piano. I liked it. And again, what we can do with 4 chords. 3 chords, really. And again, knowing chords, if we turn those chords upside down, that was F, G, A minor. We take A minor, G, F. And as we wind on down the road, our shoulders wider than our souls. Toot-a-ba-ba, there comes a lady we all know. Stairway to Heaven. So many songs. There must be some way out of here. That's A minor, G, F, as opposed to Hans Zimmer's F, G, A minor. Once you understand chords, the world expands. Let's do Erev Shel Shoshanim, beautiful song request, William. I'll do it in A minor. That was Erev Shel Shoshanim, thank you. 2 answers. William, very exciting to accompany a sea shanty choir. It's my dream. I had a friend, maybe he's still my friend, Alexander Winfield, with a great big voice. And when I was living in Toronto, I came across sea shanties just 20 years ago. Yeah. And he had a great big voice, and so I would accompany him singing, and it was lovely. So what a cool thing. Some suggestions for you. I don't know if you're looking for suggestions. I'll have to play from sheet music without any preparation. It'll be interesting. If you can find out what key this choir usually sings in, some things to prepare. Obviously, these are sea shanties. Like, just practice your left hand alternate bass technique for it to be really lively and supporting. If you could find out what key they usually sing in. I'm assuming they're usually in D minor, A minor, G minor, but if this specific group loves to sing in B minor, it'd be really nice for you to prepare and move on those chord changes in B minor. Left hand, not so much. Right hand especially. Right, to be able to do... If there are some traditional sea shanties and you were saying sailor songs that you can Google or ask someone from this choir, hey, what are some of the typical songs that you guys sing? Just to anticipate, when does it swell? When do you support quietly? Very exciting. And anyways, until Wednesday, you might be able to prepare some, like if they're gonna do the Wellerman, the ones right, so right hand and left hand practice. If this band, if the sea shanties are all in the key of E flat minor, because that fits perfectly with their voices, I don't want to say you're in trouble, but you have to practice E flat minor. Hopefully they're not that mean. Good. Good. You had a question, Aaron, on the side caution. Not that one. Sorry, I saw another one. Da, 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 da. Oh, whenever I try to sing over the accordion, I find it louder than piano. How do you soften sound to sing over the accordion? A few ideas for you, Igarmo. I have a unit on Accordion Love. If you go to resources, songs and lessons, a few of them. One of them, there's no volume knob, but if you do a search for volume, there's volume control. Playing dynamics and volume control is a good one. We did a unit in June 2025 about how to fit in, stand out, and support. This is not available. This was a class we did. But otherwise, there's an entire course here on how to play accordion with other musicians, all about voice. How to sing along to your accordion. And this really talks about the different techniques, etc. How to accompany voice, whether it's Christmas songs, etc. If I was, I'll give a little demonstration. I don't know the kind of music that you're singing, but if I'm to sing Leonard, William Zenzinger, The Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll. 3 chords, F major, you gotta find your William Zenzinger killed poor Hattie Carroll with a cane that he twirled around his diamond ring finger. My playing changes. I'm not a singer. William Zenzinger. Let's do Bob Dylan's a strange one. Let's do bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at love that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now. There's a different way that I play when I'm supporting my voice than when I'm playing. I'm creating room for my voice. That means sparser bass. It could be, I've looked at love from both sides now, from love and take, from give and take, and still somehow. See, I'm not a singer. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow depends on the genre of music, but those are some ideas. Check out those units on Accordion Love. Someone was asking about if I know Rue de Cascade by Jan Tiersen. I don't, but let's listen together. Rue de Cascade by Jan Tiersen. Let's listen. There's no way. Beautiful song. Oh, are there words? This is just instrumental? I saw him on the accordion. I don't know how I would do it. I would do. I need my other accordion. This one doesn't have indications on the E major. And if we're going to be playing in C sharp minor, we're going to get lost very quickly. I don't know it. It sounds lovely. I would do something like that. Lovely chord progression. I'm thinking of Moonlight Sonata, same chords. Right? Something you can do, I can do to make it easier is to transpose it to A minor, and it becomes a little bit easier to understand. It's not going to sound like Jan Tiersen, but there are those chords again, the A minor, G to F. If you remember, Interstellar was F, G, A minor. A minor was, there must be some way out of here. Sorry, the chords are very, very small here. I don't know what I would do just because I don't know the song well enough. I'm excited to hear you play, though, Aaron, on the side. Aaron on the side of caution, I get it. Can you play this Polish song, including the 3/4 to 2/4 metronome? It's called, To Juice Boss 2810. I don't know which song you're referring to, the Polish song. Could you try and play AZ2 C menu second by Yarmir no Hafka. I've been trying to figure it out. It sounds very simple, but I can't figure out the chords. Let's try and do it together. Let's see what the song is. I'm Googling it. I'm not Googling it. I am YouTubing it. Let's listen together. Jaromir Nohavika. Let's figure it out. Sorry, Aaron, on the side of caution. I don't know if that helps or not. Let's listen. Beautiful. The Helicon basses. What a happy, cool song. I don't know what it's about. It might be about very unhappy things. I'm going to do it quickly. We won't do the process, but let's do it together. I'm thinking of Dance Me to the End of Love, but let's listen. I'll make this big after, but this is just the intro. B flat to the D minor, to the A7, to the D minor. Let's keep going. Right. And then the verse. D minor, maybe he went to A7 D minor, and then he went to the F. I'm just going to give you the general outline, and you'll figure it out in terms of rhythms. To the A7.
Smuteční hostů na Slezsku, Ostravu, od Zikorova mostu, až to se mnu sekne. To bude pěkné, pěkné, fajné a pěkné.
What a cool, beautiful song. So again, D minor to D minor to F da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. In general, this is what the song is doing. Again, my screen is small. This is in general what it's doing. Lovely song. And now it moves a little bit.
Na Slezsku, Ostravu, od Zikorova mostu, až to se mnu sekne. To bude pěkné, pěkné,
The chorus here drops to the B flat again. Probably to an F. D minor. A. D minor. So the intro is also the chorus. This could be the whole song, and sorry, let me make this big. It could be that this is the whole song. Like what? Let me just pull up something quickly. We'll see if we have this analogy. I'll send you a video too. Did I ever make this live? Yeah, this video is public. I call this the puzzle piece method. In music, I'll paste this here in the chat. In music, we're generally given 3 to 4 to 5 puzzle pieces. And our job as musicians is how do we put those pieces together? There's the part that I do, which is figuring out which pieces we're going to play with, which is like the chords of the song, the key. We know the key after playing and listening and doing playback exercises, D minor. Given the key of D minor, the pieces that we get to play with are the G minor, A7, F, and B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 pieces that we get to play with. I think 4 in this puzzle. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 puzzle pieces to play with. Your job as a music student, my job as a music teacher, a big part of it is teaching you to play with that puzzle. To be like, oh, whenever we have a D minor, an A7 goes into it 80% of the time. So I'm listening for that chord change. Oh, there's a D minor to A7. We see this all the time. Over here too, this is a song in a different key. Holland, Holland, ba ba da ba 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 ba. Similar things. Similar ideas that we keep seeing across all songs. And so the song is beautiful, but we've seen it over and over and over again. These chord changes from D minor to F to the A7. This is Dark Eyes. A7 to D minor to A7 to D minor, or even to B flat. We see this over and over again. So again, lovely song. And the rhythm is interesting. We're not going to write it down to the person that wrote down, why don't I write down the sheet music? But again, let's keep listening a little bit.
Aby všeckým bylo jasné, že měli rádi. Ať je guláš silný, babi smutné, muzika ať ladí. No jak se myslel, že Sondry a Nelly, nebudu ho trpět ani, co jsem v hrobě. To bude pěkné, pěkné, fajné a pěkné.
Thank you, Martin.
Až to se mnou definitivně nesekne. S některým to seká, že až neví.
What does this mean? Jaromir Nohavika invites you to play on stage with him. His accordion broke. You're in the audience. And you're like, I don't have my sheet music. Is it? And he goes, the chords are this. These are the chords. And you go, oh, I've played these chords before. And he goes, follow me. It's my dream. And then you show up and you go... And then he sings. And then you surprise him, you go you start mixing up songs, and he's nodding at you, and he's like, good job. Good. That was Huffing John. This is our tune of the month on Accordion Love. Very similar set of chords. Wonderful. My name is Michael, and I'm watching in Rocky Point, North Carolina. Hello, Michael. Thank you for watching. Good. I'll pause there. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing this hard work. You could be playing other instruments that are easier, but in general, playing an instrument is not easy. I'll give you a spiel. I'll give you a little thoughts about music. Playing instruments is not easy. Reading music is doable. I think we learn to do it, and all of a sudden we're able to read music, and sometimes we're able to translate it to an instrument and play what's written. This is how I learned music. It works in a certain way, but the majority of students that I see, whether it's piano or accordion, guitar players don't have this issue very much. They play chords and are able to sing songs. Go to a party, and if there are 100 people, 20 of those people may play guitar, and they're able to play guitar. Out of those, in that same party, out of 100 people, there may be 2 piano players that are able to play. And so I encourage you, if you want to play music, understand music. Don't just read it, and you'll get so much more enjoyment out of it. It's different kind of work than just reading. I think a lot of us maybe were good students and are able to be good at reading music or good at playing music. But you come to a certain point and it's like, oh, that's not... I can't play songs. I can't make them live and make them my own. That's another set of skills that requires different kind of attention and effort than just reading well. I see it in school as well. It's like being really good at writing tests, or being really good at answering the student's question, and then you leave school and you get to work or the real world where hopefully you're able to problem solve and be creative and get fulfillment out of doing work, but it's very different than what we did at school, historically, at least my experience and Kate's experience and other people's experience. And so it's, how do we learn the skills to be creative, to be problem solvers? And it's the same thing with music, same thing with dancing, same thing with cooking, same thing with driving. When you learn to drive a bicycle or a car, it's not, here's how to get to this place. It's, here's a set of tools, here's how this machine works. Go and explore. This is what music education should be, so that you're not confined to the accordion or piano. All of a sudden you can play any instrument with chords. Guitar, auto harp, recorder, etc. Good. That's my spiel. Let me know if you have any questions. There's a free 1-week trial to Accordion Love where I teach all of these skills. There's a community of learners so that you're not learning alone. That's the other thing. We don't learn alone in life. We learn by experimenting. We learn by seeing others and identifying ourselves and what they're doing, whether they're ahead of us, whether they're where we've been. We're supported in life when we learn. Don't do it alone. Let me know if you have any questions. On Wednesday, we do this, but over Zoom, live for an hour, where you can come with your questions and get feedback from me and other students. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.